Hello and welcome to the Agent Survival Guide podcast. This is our series, Agent Apps. I'm your host, Tina Lamoureux. This series introduces you to apps that will make daily life and your business run smoother. From fitness, travel, to personal planners, and more, we've tested them all. There's a lot of buzz going on about artificial intelligence. It's a hot topic, and one you can't avoid when opening up news websites or social media. If you're like me, you're probably tired of hearing about all the crazy things that AI can do. Or you might be really excited for all the new opportunities that it brings to the table. Whatever the side of the fence you're on, AI doesn't seem to be going anywhere. Even though I'm skeptical, I do think there is value in at least trying it out. It's not like AI is a new thing. It's already integrated into many areas of our lives. It's just made a lot of advancements recently, and these advancements may prove to be a useful tool to assist with tasks and automation. In this episode, I'm reviewing the top AI chatbots and how they can help you generate ideas for marketing your business and utilizing social media. First, I want to quickly look at how AI chatbots work. And no, it's not magic. There are many different types of AI chatbots. Most of the ones you've heard of in the media and the ones I'm reviewing in this episode are called generative chatbots. To put it very plainly, these chatbots can generate answers by accessing information on the internet. Both of the chatbots I'm looking at today were trained to gather and present information. Bing AI was trained on Common Crawl data, which crawls the internet and allows the public to access its archives. Google Bard also uses Common Crawl, in addition to Infiniset, which is not open to the public. The difference between the chat and a regular internet search is the bot crafts an original written answer using bits of information it found on the internet. Think of it as an intern or assistant handing you a brief research report on a topic. It makes your job a lot easier with all of the information laid out in a convenient and digestible format. It sounds a little less like magic now, doesn't it? Still, the answers can be pretty impressive. Before we take a look at the apps, it's also important to remember when you're posting online and communicating with clients to follow CMS compliance. Always refer to CMS guidelines with any social media or marketing material. Here at Ritter, we created an ebook on social media marketing for insurance agents. This will guide you through the process of reviewing your social media and marketing materials to ensure they are CMS compliant. Moving on to the apps. I tried out two AI chatbots, Bing's AI and Google Bard. First, let's dive into my interaction with Bing's AI mobile app first. The app has a regular Bing search engine with the chat built into it. In the chat, you can choose between 3 conversation styles: more creative, more balanced, or more precise. You can ask the chat 5 questions a day without signing in to a Microsoft account. If you want unlimited questions and answers, either sign in to an existing account or create one. At first, I asked Bing AI to help me generate some social media posts. I typed in, "I need help creating a social media post for insurance agents." Within seconds, the answer I got was 9 paragraphs long. I won't share the whole conversation. I'll just highlight one part of its answer. This is some of the social media advice the AI gave me. Engage with infographics. Infographics are visual representations of data or information that are easy to understand and share. You can use infographics to educate your audience about insurance topics, such as the benefits of different types of policies, the common risks and claims in your area, or the latest industry trends and statistics. At the end of the message, it gave me the links to the websites that it referenced, so I could look more in depth on the topic. This and the other advice it gave me was surprisingly helpful. It told me ideas for creating video content for insurance agents and how to make professional social media more personal. Then I realized I could narrow down my search even more. I could be more specific with Medicare insurance agents. So I asked the same question, just with Medicare added in. This time, my answer was 13 paragraphs long. It gave me examples for posts that explain difficult Medicare concepts. It also gave me some general post ideas. Here's one of them. Are you turning 65 soon? If so, you may be eligible for Medicare. But you need to enroll during your initial enrollment period, which starts 3 months before your 65th birthday and ends 3 months after. Don't miss this important deadline. Contact us today to find out how we can help you enroll in the best Medicare plan for your needs. At a glance, this looks like a good social media post, but I wanted to check if it was CMS compliant. So I contacted a member of our compliance team, Allison, who helped me out with reviewing this social post. Allison said this post would certainly be considered an advertisement, but changes need to be made for it to be compliant. She provided the following feedback that details the necessary and recommended changes. The usage of the term Medicare needs to be updated/qualified to better describe what is being referenced and avoid the potential for the usage to be misleading. Rather than using the term Medicare as a standalone term, the usage would need to be further qualified to describe which aspect of Medicare is being referenced, in order to avoid being misleading or confusing the advertisement recipient. For example, in the ad, the term Medicare is used twice. The first usage is describing those that are turning 65 and are newly eligible for the Medicare program. As such, it is clearer and more compliant to state Medicare program rather than just Medicare. The second usage is describing an agent/agency being able to help individuals evaluate their plan options. In most cases, agents/agencies represent multiple plan types, like MA, PD, MS, and more. And as such, the term Medicare insurance would be clearer and more compliant to use, rather than just Medicare. However, if the agent/agencies did only represent one plan type or one plan type was being represented in the advertisement, then it would be recommended that they use the specific proper term to describe what Medicare insurance option they are specifically referencing, like Medicare Advantage, Medicare Part D prescription drug plan, or Medicare Supplement, rather than just Medicare. The next sentence could likely be expanded and updated to be clearer. Allison recommends rephrasing as, quote, most people enroll when first eligible during their initial enrollment period. This enrollment period runs 7 months, starting 3 months before you turn 65 and ending 3 months after the month that you turn 65. The next sentence after that, in Allison's opinion, could come across as a high-pressure scare tactic that creates a false sense of urgency. At least it certainly doesn't provide any additional information to help avoid an undue panic. She would rephrase the sentence as, quote, for some people, enrolling when they're first eligible makes sense. However, there may be some situations where it makes sense to delay that enrollment. Allison said the last sentence has a few areas that could use some updates. The first is the usage of the superlative, best. The second is the usage of the term Medicare, which we already talked about. And the third is the fact that this ad has not made it clear that by contacting the entity making this post, the individual can expect to be put in contact with a licensed insurance agent. For an agency, Allison would rephrase this as, quote, "Contact us, agency name, to find out how one of our licensed insurance agents can help you evaluate your unique situation to decide on a Medicare insurance option that fits your needs." For an agent, she would rephrase this as, quote, "As a licensed insurance agent, you can contact me, your name, for assistance in evaluating your unique situation to decide on a Medicare insurance option that fits your needs." Putting all of this feedback together, the ad now reads for an agency, quote, "Are you turning 65 soon? If so, you may be eligible to enroll in the Medicare program. Most people enroll when first eligible during their initial enrollment period. This enrollment period runs 7 months, starting 3 months before you turn 65 and ending 3 months after the month you turn 65. For some people, enrolling when they're first eligible makes sense. However, there may be some situations where it makes sense to delay that enrollment. Contact us, agency name, to find out how one of our licensed insurance agents can help you evaluate your unique situation to decide on a Medicare insurance option that fits your needs." And here is the version for insurance agents. Are you turning 65 soon? If so, you may be eligible to enroll in a Medicare program. Most people enroll when they're first eligible, during their initial enrollment period. This enrollment period runs 7 months, starting 3 months before you turn 65 and ending 3 months after the month you turn 65. For some, enrolling when they're first eligible makes sense. However, there may be some situations where it makes sense to delay enrollment. As a licensed insurance agent, you can contact me, your name, for assistance in evaluating your unique situation to decide on a Medicare insurance option that fits your needs. Overall, it's important that agents and agencies review the generated content prior to posting to ensure that it is compliant with federal, state, and carrier marketing and communication regulations, guidelines, and best practices. Thanks, Allison, for that breakdown of making the post compliant to CMS guidelines. The Bing AI chatbot was helpful with generating ideas for online content and looking at topics in a new angle. It saved me the time of researching ideas over the internet by selecting specific articles and sources that were connected by keywords to my question. But the answers I got were not all CMS compliant. So, human editing is needed to keep your social media and marketing compliant when you post or send out materials. I definitely recommend giving Bing AI a try. Just remember to use your personal discretion and judgment with the answers you receive. Bing AI is available for download on iOS, Android, and has a web browser version for Microsoft Edge. Next, I tried out Google Bard. Unlike Bing AI, Google Bard does not have a mobile app version, at least at the time I researched this episode. You can use it by going to bard.google.com, and you can't use the chat without signing in to your Google account. On the main page, you will see Bard Experiment. It lets you know right away that the app has limitations, and the answers should be taken with discretion. And humans may step into the process of answering for quality control. Because of this, Bard advises that you do not enter any sensitive information into the chat. With that disclaimer out of the way, Let's see how Bard assisted me with social media and marketing ideas. My exact question I asked Google Bard was, can you help me generate ideas for Medicare insurance agents' social media posts? The answer I got was a similar length as Bing's AI chatbot, though Bard's content was broader and less centralized. It told me to get involved with local events and organizations, run contests and giveaways, share helpful information with followers, and it gave me examples of social media posts. These posts were very similar to the ones I got from Bing AI, so they needed editing to make them CMS compliant. But Bard's suggestions were helpful for my creative process. Overall, I'd say I had a positive experience with both of these AI chatbots, though I am leaning in favor of Bing's AI. I found Bing's AI answers to be more detailed and on topic, while Google Bard had answers that were broader and more generic sounding. The free version of Bing's AI chat is limited to information prior to 2021. Google Bard, on the other hand, uses current information, so it does have the edge in that area. It's important to remember that the answers you receive from programs like these should be cross-referenced by other sources and used with discretion. That being said, generative AI can be a useful tool in research and idea generation. It's not a replacement for my own creativity or hard work, but it is a tool I can use if I'm feeling stagnant or stuck on a marketing or social media project. I definitely plan to use this in my creative process in the future. And it allows you to save time on mining the internet for sources. It does the work for you in seconds, leaving you time to focus on the human aspect of your business, like spending time with clients. Podcasts are a great way to consume information on the go and save you time. We have a lot of content on social media and marketing here on the podcast. And we did the work for you by adding those episodes to the description for you to check out. That's all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed joining me on my journey with AI chatbots. And thank you again to Allison for assisting with this episode. If you have any app ideas for future episodes, you can let us know by leaving a comment down below. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next episode.